Hi, I'm Geanina. I'm a fashion designer, and as a fashion designer, I've worked with a lot of hairstylists for my editorials and for fashion shows. Here are some tips and tricks that I've personally learned from all the hairstylists that I've worked with.
Hairstyling tip number 1.
You need to wash your hair 2 times every wash, meaning first you wash your hair, you rinse it, and you rinse all the dirt and grease and everything else, and you wash it again with the same shampoo in order for the shampoo to actually work. For example, if you use a volume shampoo to actually give you volume, okay? So wash your hair twice.
Hairstyling tip number 2.
If you are usually styling your hair with different kind of products like mousse or hairspray or gel or anything like that, you need to have a separate comb from your usual brush that you brush your hair. You need to make them separate because it's way easier to not have the product that should stay here all over your hair. So separate them.
Hairstyling tip number 3.
When it comes to brushing your hair, you need a brush that it's not pulling your hair. Meaning you should have this type of brush that has different levels of hairs, let's call them hairs. You see, they are on different levels. This kind of brush will not break your hair when you try to comb it. So it's way gentle with your hair, and you will have more hair with this type of brush.
Hairstyling tip number 4.
If we are at the brush subject, clean your brush, clean your hair from your brush every time you brush your hair. Don't let hair get stuck into your brush because bacteria and grease and products and even skin are there, so it will just make your hair even more dirty than it is, and it will be all over your hair. So keep your brushes clean in order to have a clean hair and less oily.
Hairstyling tip number 5.
In fashion shows, usually models have specific type of hairstyling, either a ponytail or the wet look or having all the hair straight and on the back only, and some very plain type of hairstyling in order to function with multiple collections, which makes sense. But the recommendation that I always hear from hairstylists in the backstage, they always say that the hairstyling should fit the model's type of hair, meaning if the model has a very curly hair, let it flow. If the model has a very thin, the styling shouldn't be a wet look because it emphasizes how less of hair she has, so it's not working. The hairstyling, even if it's boring and plain, it should actually fit and not make it look worse. So think of that anytime that you try to style your hair, even if it's a ponytail.
Hairstyling tip number 6.
Another thing that all stylists can agree with is the fact that hairspray is their best friend. Any type of hairstyling they have, hairspray is their best friend. Volume, hairspray. Glitter, hairspray. Ponytail, hairspray. Loose hairs like this, hairspray. Everything can be solved with hairspray. But if you are doing it yourself, try to not blow hairspray on your face because, and I really emphasize this, it can give you breakouts. Lots of them. A lot of models have problem with this, and sometimes they don't even understand why they have breakouts because the makeup, it's professional, they are high quality products. It's because of the hairspray, because it's so chaotic in the backstage of shows most of the times that hairspray gets on their face. and it causes breakout. So be very mindful if you use hairspray.
Hairstyling tip number 7.
A lot of hairstylists complain when they are in the backstage of an editorial or of a fashion show because a lot of the strategies they have for the hair to look their best, they cannot apply because most of the time having a great volume or a specific type of hairstyling requires for the hair to be washed, meaning wet, and then dry it in a specific way with the comb and the hair dryer in order to give volume, for example, or to give a specific look, or even loose waves or things like this. Their opinion is it's way easier to have lots of volume and a great hair if you are molding it while it's drying. I will be honest with you, I'm not doing that because my hair is too long and I cannot do that, and I don't even know how without exfoliating my scalp. Seriously, I cannot even understand how they are doing that, because doing it for myself is a different thing than doing it for another person. So I understand what they are saying, but I cannot apply it to myself. Do with that information what you wish. And these were tips and tricks that I've learned from hairstylists that I've personally worked with as a fashion designer. Leave in the comments what you will apply from all of these tips, and if you are interested in more fashion related content, don't forget to subscribe.
Now some bloopers.
If you are usually styling your hair with different parts, also when it comes to should have a brush like this that has different levels of, I don't know, even come on, it should be clean for the filming. Little here.